Hey everybody, this is your girl Nikki Dollars, and welcome to the Curve Unplugged, another edition of Dollars and Cents with me, Nikki Dollars. Sorry we are a little late. We were having a little technical difficulty, but we're here. So give me a second. I'm waiting for some people to come on so I can add them. Give us a couple of seconds. We're getting this together. I think, hey, Rose. So what's going to happen? We're going to have a few guests. And I was trying to add a couple of people on at a time, but I can't. I have to do one at a time. So I'll talk to Rose for a little bit. And we're going to add Nancy. And then we're going to add Perla to try to get everybody's opinion about being Afro Latina. This is a hot topic, and really, really want to tackle it. And it just so happened that all of our Latinas tonight are curvy women. Ain't that something?
Yeah. Yes.
So please, Perla, and don't go away. I want to get your input. I want to get you on the live. I thought I could add everybody at one time, but we can't. So we're going to just go with this for a minute, and then with Rose, we're going to get everybody else's opinion. So again, welcome everyone. We're sorry we're having a little technical difficulties tonight, but we're going to get through this because this is a hot topic. We're talking about being Afro Latina.
Yes.
And all the, we are hearing everything that's going on. I think Amara La Negra, is the audio horrible? You can't hear me, Maria? I'm sorry. Can you hear me a little better? I think you have to turn your phone down.
Me?
Yeah, we hear background.
Can you good there?
Okay, you're good. Yeah, you're good. Okay. Great. It's better now. So
sorry.
It's okay. Before we start talking about our subject, what I do want to do is for us to have just a moment of silence. For those of you who don't know, we are based out of South Florida. And we all know, I'm sure you guys heard it all across the country, that there was a horrible mass shooting on yesterday. And if I'm not mistaken, there's been 17 killed. And these are high school students and a couple of faculty members. And this horrible, senseless killing. So I do just want to give a moment of silence to just in respect to the families and the victims of the shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas in Parkland, Florida on last night. So just 30 seconds of quiet for the victims and their families. Okay. Again, this was very, very sad. We're very sad. I know we've been talking about it all day, and I can't comprehend being a parent or a family member of an educator and getting a phone call that your son or your daughter is no longer here, or your husband or your wife died shielding kids, So this is it's horrible. So I know a lot of you are saying, well, Nikki, your segment is usually dollars and cents. What does being Afro Latina have to do with dollars and cents? Well, I'll tell you what it has to do with dollars and cents. A lot.
Yeah.
Being Afro Latina and the colorism in the Latin community. Also, just like we know, I'm African American, just like we know some of the economical differences we've had as being African American, Afro Latinas experience those same things.
Right.
just on a different scale. It's all the same. So the dollars got to make sense whatever color you are, wherever you go, right? So
Right.
don't come to me. So I have right now Miss Rose Planche on the line. How are
Hey,
you, my dear?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. And tell us where you're from, your nationality.
Well, I'm born and raised in America, but my dad is from Cuba and my mom is from Ecuador.
Okay.
Yeah, I grew up here, Miami,
Okay.
all day.
Okay. Now, see, growing up, um, I would look at you and I would say, "Oh, okay. Hey, Ryan. Hola. ¿Cómo está?" I would look at you and I would say, oh, growing up, I would say, oh, okay, you're black like me. You just a red bone. Because, that's what we call light-skinned girls in the South, red bones.
Right.
I'd be like, oh, okay, you just red bone. Looking at you, not hearing, not before you open your mouth or anything,
Hmm.
I would just say you're a red bone. Like, because you look like me.
Right.
But in your culture, being that you do look like us, how has that caused were there any difficulties growing up because you might have been darker than some family members? Was that an
Well,
issue?
I would say yes and no. It's kind of, how do I explain it? It's kind of a mix of things, if that makes any sense, because when it comes to our Latin culture, it's kind of like a hidden known thing that you're raised to know, if that makes any sense. It's like if you have I'm sorry for the noise in the background, but if you know that you grew up with spots your whole life, it's normal to you, right? So in
Okay.
our culture, it's known that not necessarily our white Latin pairs
Mm-hmm.
agree or are comfortable with us. It's very it's hard, to be judged by the same people from your same culture.
Mm-hmm.
Me, it's kind of crazy because my mom's side of the family is on the darker side, and my dad's side of the family is a little bit of a mix. But if you look at my dad is like 3 shades lighter than me, and my mom is like 2 shades darker, and everybody
Okay.
on my dad's side, on my mom's side, is like 5 shades darker. And I've experienced discrimination within not only, your quote unquote Caucasian Americans, but within my own Latin culture, where people
Mm-hmm.
will look at me and they, of course, like how you said, I I grew up since I was little in predominantly African American schools.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess you can say I blend in perfectly. African Americans think I'm African American as well,
Yeah.
and I don't necessarily have a thick accent either, where they
Right.
could think that I'm Spanish until I pop out with some Spanish, and then they're like, "Whoa, hold on, you speak Spanish?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm
Mm-hmm.
Spanish," and it's hard because I'm not gonna say I know exactly how African American feel with the whole racism, but I've experienced it. I've experienced, Spanish people of a lighter skin looking at me like, "What are you doing here?" Or if I had a friend who was lighter than me, their parents prejudging me beforehand without even knowing me,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like you feel like you have to jump through hoops to prove yourself before they even try to get to know you, just
Mm-hmm.
because you're a few shades darker.
So being Afro Latina is a thing because
Yeah,
I asked that
definitely.
because watching Love and Hip Hop and Miami and seeing Amada La Negra tell her story. And now
Mhm.
there's another young lady, Juju, and I hear people saying, and these are I see they're Latin people from the Latin community saying, they can't
Mhm.
believe that they're um, bringing this up or like exposing and making a big deal out of it, but this is a thing
It is a
in the Latin
thing.
community.
It is a thing, and let me tell you this, because I had a lot of mixed emotions, thinking about what I was gonna say when I was on here because
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a Latin sorority, and and we're
Okay.
all mixing shades and colors and everything, and it's like what I don't want to, not every Latin person is like that. You understand what
Okay.
I mean? Not
Mm-hmm.
everybody is the same way. Not everybody prejudges you, but then you have people who do. So I
Got
guess those people who come and say, "Oh, that's not true," are the ones that don't really see it that way. But
okay.
you can't hide that it is there.
Okay. I'm so mad that I couldn't have all of you guys on at one time because I think this would have been an awesome panel discussion. I'm so mad. But that's okay. That's okay. Um, so I want to bring up something you said. Oh, hi from Colombia. Not okay. He's talking. I don't understand Spanish. I'm not even gonna try to read this.
Oh,
Alfonso
he
from
says
Colombia.
saludos desde Cali. So he's saying greetings from Cali, Colombia. And he
Okay.
says he loves you guys.
We love you too, Alfonso. Mi amor. Yeah, that's not Spanish, is it? Was that Spanish? Mi amor. Was
Yeah.
it? So, one thing, and I know Perla has experienced this too, and I want to talk to her about this. And I because she's Dominican and we're about the same complexion. She may be a couple of
Hmm.
shades lighter than me. She has some African American friends who doesn't believe she's Spanish, and where that comes from, guys, is we come from a culture which is a little different. We come from a culture, we grew up where you had to pick a side. Like you can't, you either, there's an imaginary line drawn and you have to choose a side. So either
Hmm.
you're black or you're not. You're African
Right.
American or you're not. And growing up, and now that I'm older, of course I know better. But growing up, like I would see you or I would see someone like Perla, and it would be like, well, you black because you look like me. We got the same almost type hair. Like you on our side, you not on that side, you know. But
Yeah.
going to school, and then I would see those same people with all, with the people they're familiar with their culture, and it was confusing. Of course, now I know, but growing up, it was just like, okay, I see you. You look like me. You black. Okay, we good. But then,
Right.
like, no, well, I'm not black. Well, yes, you are because you look like me. So I think there's a lot. There's some confusion in that,
Yeah, of
but
course. There's always a gray area. Always, always.
yeah, coming from our culture, there was no gray area. It was either you're on our
Black or you're
side or
white.
you're American.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So
I
that's what,
understand.
and we wouldn't have never, like, I think until I saw Amarta La Negra's story, I personally didn't think that
It
this
was
was
an
an issue
issue.
in the Latin community.
Well, that's the
Yeah.
thing because what happens is I feel like um, the white Caucasian race is
I
quick
didn't
to
think they were being sellouts. No, that's not what I thought.
no, but the white Caucasian race I don't even want to say different races, but just the Latin race. We're very good at uniting and not letting
Mm-hmm.
people know our dirty dishes or our dirty
Mm,
laundry. So
got it.
that's the thing. Even though
So
it is
maybe
an
that's what
issue within our culture, we are like, don't nobody need to know that type of thing.
okay. Okay. I'm
But it is an
understanding now.
issue, and it does end up
Um,
affecting people on a
so I'm
higher scale.
understanding what some of the issues are with the Latin community since you said that, because people don't want that to be exposed.
The
Okay.
issues with being Afro-Latina.
No, with like some of the comments where people are saying, "I can't believe they're talking about this. I can't believe they're," and these were Latin people I'm hearing say those things. So when you say that, that puts it in perspective. Like we don't want our dirty laundry aired out on national television for millions of people to see.
Right. Well,
Okay.
yeah, definitely. That's I
Okay.
mean, it's like, you have a juicy little inside secret in your family and you don't want nobody to know, and then that one person says it and it's like, are you serious? Now everybody knows what's going on. And I mean, but I can understand Amara. Like I saw an interview, I was just looking at an interview that she did with the Breakfast Club, and like everything she's
Oh.
saying is true. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
completely true. Like she's not lying, she's not over exaggerating. Like Like I told you before, my mom is like darker than me. My sister's darker than me, and I even see it worse with her. We go up to Spanish people, and they'll look at her completely different standing next to me because she's darker.
Yeah.
And my
One
sister
last
look,
question.
huh?
One last, one last question, because not only are
Yeah,
you
sure.
a darker hue for the Latin community, you're also plus size. So that's
Yes.
like a double whammy.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, because
Okay.
you already know in the Latin community, it's all about, yeah, it's about the curves, but it's the right look of curves.
Okay.
You know,
Got it.
I feel like my type of size, our type of size is more, welcomed in the Caribbean and, in
Hmm.
different other countries
Yes, it
versus
is.
in the Latin community, it's like, you're too fat. Or, oh, you need
Mhm.
to lose weight. Oh, you da, 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 da. Oh, your hair needs
On
to be
top of being
straight.
darker.
Huh?
Right.
On top
On
of
top
being
of being
dark.
dark. Yeah.
Exactly. Definitely.
All right. So Pearl, I'm sorry. So Rose, don't go away. I am going to have to disconnect you,
Okay, that's
unfortunately.
fine.
So I want to get the other ladies, and again, I'm so mad we couldn't all be on at one time, but don't go away because I want to hear your comments. So please, please, please don't go away.
No, no, I
Okay.
won't. Okay.
Thank you. Ugh. Okay, so I'm going to bring my other lady up on camera, Miss Gordita.
Hi.
How are you? Perla, I can't add you. I don't know why I can't add you. It won't let me add you. I'll try again in a minute, but it won't let me add you because I really want to get your perspective. So, Miss Nancy, how are
Hi.
you tonight?
I'm wonderful. I'm amazing and I'm blessed. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so glad you could join us.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you. And I know you have a lot to say. We actually talked about this on one of our radio shows, and we really wanted to talk about it on air. And again, this was supposed to be a wonderful panel discussion tonight, but due to technical difficulties, this is what we're rolling with.
And
So, but
we make the best
it
of it.
is, yes, we do. And I feel that having this discussion on air and seeing our viewers, and again, if you're listening, if you're looking, please, please, please leave us your comments. We'll definitely get to them, even if it's in Spanish, because if I can't read
We
it, somebody
can.
can. Right. And we'll get to you. But Nancy, I want to say, now I know, Nancy, you are more fair skinned
Hmm.
than Rose and Perla.
Hmm.
But I remember on the show you're saying even in your family you were kind of dark.
Yes, I was a little bit darker than most of them, correct. But
Okay.
lighter than the others. It's a
Okay.
kaleidoscope, and
Right.
what Rose was saying, and you have to understand our culture.
Okay.
I've been saying this since I had common sense. The difference between a Puerto Rican, a Dominican, a Haitian, a Bahamian, and a Jamaican, and a Cuban is a boat stop. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's in our food, it's in our music, it's in our rhythm. We are all connected, and yet in the Spanish community, we have this strange obsession because we're so colonized that fair skinned,
Mm-hmm.
light eyes, blonde hair is the ideal beauty. When in fact, we
Mm-hmm.
were all indigenous people. And then as
Right.
the traders came in with the slaves, we basically propagated. We became this amazing cultural bubble. I mean, it's like just gorgeous mix of people. And in one family, like my own, you have tall, thin, green-eyed, blonde-haired people. Then you have
Mm-hmm.
short, yellow Chinese looking like me. And then you have others that are, very, lovely, like your
Mm-hmm.
complexion. You are the complexion of my grandmother. And that woman
Oh,
gave birth to 5 very different colored children.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
those children gave birth to a kaleidoscope. And I think that as a community, the Hispanics, we're not ready, the Latinos, to say, no, we're not colonized. No, we are. And it's a
Okay.
little dirty secret because growing up, my cousins and me were always told, marry someone lighter than you, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, so you can thin out the race, take out the curly
Wow.
hair and the wide nose. You know, they wanted to make it thinner, you know, make us more white. Again, that goes right back to the colonization of our people. And
Yeah.
we see it now, even in the African American community, the girls
Yeah.
with the,
I was going to, you know, we have that. There was a big, there's always been this stigmatism between, you know, from slavery, light skin and dark skin,
yes,
the house slaves versus the field
natural
slaves.
hair versus
So,
straight hair, the light blue
so
contacts,
yeah,
lightening your skin. Oh my God, what
yeah.
did my
So,
Sammy Sosa do? My,
oh my,
my
wow.
Dominican
Yeah.
Tigre. I mean, he just killed him. You know, he's
Mm.
like all light. I don't even recognize him. I'm like, ooh,
No, he looks a hot mess.
mm-mm. But
But you know, we go through that as far as for a long time, light was better. The lighter you were, even you know, for us, the better.
mm-hmm.
So you know, the darker, like I think within the past 10 years, maybe darker skinned African Americans have come to light, being beautiful, being called beautiful, even
Yes,
being featured as models, being on my, magazine covers.
on
It
TV,
took a long time.
in
Yeah, exactly, on
movies.
TV.
I mean, if you look at right now our society, what the television and what the media, at least in the United States, portrays to us, is what beauty to them is. And in
Right.
my own community, you know, I remember watching novellas with my grandmother and my grandfather and even my mom on occasion, and you never saw the maid being dark skinned or anyone in the family being dark skinned. Everyone was so pale and perfect and beautiful. That's not the way it was. Um, I lived in Brazil for about a year and a half, and I loved my time there. And I really got to experience the culture because it's such a mix over there. And I remember watching the television with the maid of the house that I was staying at. And she was such a beautiful, warm woman, very dark skinned. I mean, onyx looking, just this glow about her. She was in her 50s, but she looked 25. I mean, just, you know, like they say, what is that expression? Black don't crack?
Black don't crack.
It was, she was just beautiful. And this is a woman who did hard labor. And, you know, as I drove around the whole country and I got to tour, there was a lot of the African American features there where they were trying to be whiter. And I was like, why are they trying to hide this? And then I realized that we're not ready to accept the fact that we are mixed and mixed is
Yeah.
beautiful. But there's this
Yeah.
amazing movement right now, and it's with the Latina X culture. These younger, woke Hispanics, very, um, I want to say woke is a good word, but they're really into their whole culture. They may not speak perfect Spanish. I mean, people goof on them and everything else, but I watch their podcast and I listen to them, and they embrace everything about our culture. And you've been around South Florida, so I'm
Yes.
sure you've seen a lot of Hispanic women who dress all in white with their hair covered and long beads. You know, that's part of Santeria. And if you
Okay.
go to Brazil, in Bahia, that's also, you see all the people in their religious outfits, and that religion comes directly from Africa. So we are still practicing our religious, you know, respect to our deities, which is an African tradition from across the pond, and yet we're sitting here trying to be white.
Yeah, and same thing with our community. Same thing. We have it's so it's not weird, but it's just so interesting that we have a lot of the same history, a lot of the same stories, but we're always at odds with each other.
Why?
And especially in South Florida, it's it's ridiculous that we are at odds, and we're really all come. I mean, we all come from the same place, pretty much. We just, like you said, we got dropped off at different places.
Different ports. Different ports.
So, have you experienced, either you or your friends or family members experienced the racism or colorism within,
Of
being
course.
discriminated against in
Um,
the Latin community?
I myself have been discriminated only because of my name, and not so much in the Latin community, but as the outside world. I've been very lucky. I'm very blessed. And I say this to a lot of my Hispanic friends and families is you're very blessed to be living here because we've saturated the area. But when you come outside of South Florida, it's a completely different story. What I have experienced in my own culture is that when I am with family, and because we look like a kaleidoscope,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, okay, who married into the family? What is
Oh.
the family black, or are they
Mm-hmm.
Chinese, or are they white? So who married into what? What is the original family like? And they have a hard time understanding that. No, we're a kaleidoscope. This is what we look like. I
Mm-hmm.
have a nephew that's beautiful, cocoa colored skin, like a latte, and then another one who's
Mm-hmm.
whiter than me. I have cousins who are blonde and haired and green eyes and everything else, and then I have others with, very curly hair, curlier than mine, and I have curly hair. I'm talking Diana Ross. This is why I'm always braiding it. Okay, but it's not it's not something that I want to do for a fashion statement, even though I do rock this. Let me tell you right now, I am
Yeah,
rocking.
that's really
Thank you.
hot. That's hot. That's really
Thank
hot.
you. It hurt, but it's just about maintenance, and just like African Americans, Hispanics, a lot of us do relax our hair, and we get blowouts, and we, go to sleep with silk caps on because we don't want to sweat it
Mm-hmm.
out. We don't go in the pool, so not all of us are white, but again, we go right back to that colonization. We keep pretending that we're white. And I really love this new generation that's coming, and they're embracing their
Mm-hmm.
Afrocentricism, or whatever you want to call it, their African roots, and they're more open about the religion. It's no longer hidden. They're walking around with, the caps and the cow shells, or what is it, the cowrie shells, and they're really
Mm-hmm.
embracing that indigenous people. And I think that's what this world needs right now. I think we need us to kind
Yeah,
of
I
bust the
agree.
doors open, you know,
I agree.
and then we're all on the same playing field, and we could just be a big kaleidoscope.
So why do you think, I mean, and I guess you kind of touched on it, but do you think that there will ever be a time in the Latin community where there won't be colorism?
Yes. And it's not
Okay.
that I'm being optimistic, because some people are like, oh, it'll never change. It will. And I'll tell you why. The older generation, La Vieja Guardia, the old guard, they're dying.
Mm-hmm.
They're dying.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones who were, you don't have sex until you get married. Woman stays in the house. She doesn't work outside her house. You have children. You stay married. There's no, homosexuality. There's all these things. You don't get tattoos. All these things, they're dying as the times are changing, and the times have to change with the introduction of
Right.
transgender people and multicultural babies. You have to
Yeah.
change, and
Right.
you may not like it, but it happens, and it took a while for this nation to accept African Americans
Mm-hmm.
into their community, and it's going to take a little bit longer for the Hispanics to finally accept that we are a kaleidoscope. But it will change. You'll see, with the old Guardia dying, we're going to change.
Okay. I am going to attempt one more
To
time.
bring in Perla.
I don't even see Perla now. Perla, I don't see you. But I see Jennifer is watching. Jennifer Falcone. Can I bring you
Pin up
onto the live feed,
Miami.
honey boo boo? Can I bring you on? Yes? Okay, I want to bring you on.
We have a lot of
So
people on that are
I
watching.
yes, I'm glad. I'm still upset that we couldn't do this, but that's okay. We're gonna get it together. We're gonna do it. Hold on. So I'm going to take you off, Nancy. I'm going to try to bring Jennifer on to talk to her.
You
So
got it.
don't go away. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to get my phone. Perla, I still can't bring you on. I don't know what's going on with your phone, Mama. Perla, I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to add you, but I can't. Oh, okay, Jennifer. All right. So, Perla, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with you. Oh, she's dyeing her hair. Okay. Oh, you're on the computer. Can you get on your cell phone, Perla? Can you log on to the live on your cell phone? If you log on the live on your cell phone, then I can bring you back on. I can't bring Rose back on. Rose, are you on a computer too? Okay. Yes, get on your phone. And again, guys, thank you for dealing with us tonight. We were having technical difficulties, but we're going to get through this segment. I promise you. And those of you who are watching us on YouTube, please, 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 if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, the Curve Unplugged. Those who are watching us live, please go to YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Curve Unplugged, because we're going to have so much in store for you guys in the next coming months. A lot, a lot, a lot. So please, please, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Curve Unplugged. I am waiting on Perla to get on her phone so I can add her to this feed so Miss Perla Celeste, Dominican Diva, can give us some insight on her story as an Afro Latina, growing up and coming here, and even now what she's facing and what she's going through. So I hope she gets on really quick so I can talk to her about it. Okay, Rose is on her phone. Boy, I want to let me add Rose. Okay, ladies, Rose and Perla, y'all both on your cell phones? Okay, so let me bring Nancy back because I don't know what y'all doing.
What am
I'm sorry.
You are so lucky you didn't catch me eating a croqueta.
Oh.
What's happening?
Is that vegan? Is a croqueta
I'm joking.
vegan?
I haven't had a croqueta in months.
Oh.
I'm so depressed. Yes, I am a curvy vegan. It's so depressing.
Now let me ask you, because I asked Rose the same question.
Mm-hmm.
Was it because, you know, you're curvier? Was that also an issue?
See, to be honest, I have the body of a guitar. I'm little in the middle, and I got much back. So I have my problems. I'm not gonna lie, because I am plus size. Period. That is just a strike against me. I have so many strikes, it's ridiculous. I don't know how I'm still up at that, but it's hard. But in my family, especially because, you know, weight is an issue. They're constantly discussing weight. I remember I've been on a diet since I was in kindergarten. I have had problems, you know, being overweight. Only Caribbean men, I'm talking to my Jamaican brothers, they seem to love my curves. And Bahamian men, oh my goodness, they just, oh, and Haitian men, let's not even talk about Haitian men. They love the curves. But again,
Yeah, they do.
My colonized poppies, boy, they just, you know, they like that Sofia Vergara with blonde hair. And it's like, mama ain't that. Mama's kind of short Chinese with a big booty. So I have a little bit of a problem, but not that much. I don't know if you've noticed. I have a lot of self-esteem.
Yeah.
A lot.
Now, Jennifer agrees with you, Nancy. She says she thinks the change will take a while to happen. The new generation of Hispanics are different, but not willing to learn new things.
Right. And that's true. A lot of the older Hispanics aren't. I think she's saying that older Hispanics aren't willing to learn new things. And it's true. It's kind of like teaching an old dog new tricks. It doesn't work. Not with certain grandparents. They do change eventually. You know, they see the light after they've been here for a long time. But a lot of them won't. They won't. That's why the new generation, I hate to say it, as the vieja guardia is dying off, they're creating their new traditions, like Friendsgiving, and you know, they're breaking away from the traditions, but they're creating their own while embracing their Hispanic culture and giving praise to their African roots. And it's an amazing thing. I love it. I personally love it. I went to a you could say it's a house party, but it's not a house party. It was a religious event. And, you know, it was a lot of santeros, and, you know, they give props, I guess, to the saints, to the deities, and people dress up in the garb and everything else. And some people get moved, kind of like catching the Holy Ghost at church on Sunday. Okay. This was on Saturday at night, and there was liquor involved. And, you know, and I saw the newer generation in there, and they came dressed you know, appropriately and everything else, but they were just giving a lot of grace to their African roots. And I thought that was the most beautiful thing on earth, because you don't find that a lot. You don't find people
Right.
embracing it openly. You know, to leave your house on a Saturday dressed in a burlap outfit with a little red hat, you know, ready to dance around barefoot while drinking aguardiente to a bunch of tambores. That takes a lot of balls, you know, and they did it. And
Okay.
it showed me that the new generation is embracing it, and at the same time making more awareness and more acceptance for it.
Okay. So I'm gonna try one more time.
One more time.
See if I can get
I'm going to try to
Perla.
eat while you're
Thank
gone.
you so much, Nancy. One more. See. Okay, Perla. Can't add you, Perla. Can't add you, Rose. All right. So we're gonna get some final thoughts here from Nancy. I don't know, ladies. I don't know what happened. I can't add you, ladies. So we're gonna get some final thoughts. If you are on, Perla, you can comment, because I can't add you. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. So we're back again.
Hi.
Just to get some final thoughts from you, Nancy. What would you tell, like the ladies, like Amada La Negra, who are having this difficulty being dark skinned with the afro or curly hair,
Which is beautiful.
or even a younger, it is, it's very beautiful, or even the younger Afro Latinas, what would you tell them as far as in their struggle that they're going through?
Don't stop. Period. Don't stop. Black is beautiful. Period. I don't care what anyone says. I look Chinese, and I've said it before. I wish I was a dark, gorgeous beauty. You know why? Because to me, that's the most beautiful skin tone on earth. You have something that very few people have. And these young girls that are coming up here and they're wearing their hair natural, that is beautiful to me. I'd rather see a girl rocking some nice little puffs or some braids than to see someone putting in a blonde weave. I'm going to keep it real. I don't think that looks natural. I think it looks fake, and I think it looks like you're trying to be something you're not. Be who you want to be. Make yourself beautiful. You want to rock the braids, rock the braids. I have friends who have taken out their plaits and their weave and stopped, you know, relaxing their hair, and their hair looks so beautiful and natural. And, you know, movies like the Black Panther. Who's excited to see Black? I'm freaking excited.
I am. I'm going tomorrow.
Thank you.
Tomorrow's my birthday, y'all.
Yes, it is.
Yay.
Happy birthday. But you see movies like that are now mainstream with an all-black cast. Hello.
Yeah.
The tide is changing. And with Afro Latinos, it's changing as well. Amara is just the tip of the iceberg. And I'll tell you why. Because we had Celia Cruz. We had Celia Cruz, you know, and she didn't get as much flack, I guess, you could say, for being Afro-Cuban, because the Cuban community is different. But let me tell you, Amara's getting there. Amara's opening the door. She's kicking it open. You have a lot of brand new Brazilian artists that are coming out that do not look white. They do not try to pretend to be white. And I think that's what we need in this country right now. We need this in the world right now. We need people to embrace who they are and love each other. Azúcar. That's what I'm talking about. I love Celia. You can't say Celia without saying azúcar.
Well, I want to thank you. Thank you so much. Natural hair, yeah.
Yes.
People rock. Shonda, it don't rock on me, but it looks good on you. It looks good on you.
We could do it.
I want to.
We could do it. You could rock the braids.
Well, yeah, I have braids. Yes, I've had braids. I love braids.
I love braids.
I want to, again, thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Rose. Perla, thank you for, I don't know what, because I couldn't even talk to you. But no, I love you. Thank you, guys. And, you know, we want to just let you know, I think we're all beautiful. You know, when I look at you ladies and I look at my family, it's like we're all the same. I have family members who are light as you, Nancy, who are as dark as past midnight. You know? So it's I think this is a refreshing conversation, and I'm glad that we're able to have it. I'm glad that you ladies opened up and were transparent to talk about it, because you know a lot of people don't like talking about painful things.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm so very, very grateful. Next time we will get it together. We'll get our technical difficulties. Thank you, Maria. Thank you. I'll try to enjoy my day. We're gonna get it together, and then you know We're going to have some cafe con leche and
Croquetas.
all that the next time. But thank you so much. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Rose. Thank you, Perla. And Maria, tell us where we can follow you.
Curvyventures.com, y'all. Just so you know, the website is launched. It's got all the information on there, all our posters for all the dances. It has the information for the cruises. I hope everyone's ready to rock and roll and cruise. It's got information for the bash. And my first blog is up already. So
nice.
Go visit, give me your honest feedback. And if I don't like what you say, I'm just going to find you and eat you. No problem.
Perla and Rose, put in the comments where people can follow you. I know Perla, I don't remember your handle, Rose. I'm so sorry. Perla, I know on Instagram is Perla Celeste.
Yes, she is.
So you can find her there. And Rose, I want to say is Augie, Augee on Instagram. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I at the Nikki Dollars _ Nikki Dollars. It's THEE _ Nikki Dollars. I'm sorry, it's at Perla Celeste Styles for Perla. Follow us on Instagram, The Curve, at Curve Media Group. And Rose, you can find her at AUGEEG. I want to thank all you lovely Latin ladies. Remember, if y'all have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, hit subscribe. If you're watching us on YouTube, click that button down there. Subscribe. If you're watching us live, go over to YouTube and subscribe to our channel, because we're going to have a lot more fat girl stuff going on. I promise you. We're going to have a whole lot of fat girl stuff going on that y'all going to be real interested in.
Chunky and funky. Chunky and funky. Oh, and
that's right.
You can find me on Instagram, Gordita Feliz 411, because I got the 411 on everything.
All right. I like
You like that?
I like that. Well, I want to thank y'all for watching Dollars and Cents with Nikki Dollars. And again, this does have to make sense. So this was a very appropriate show for that. So thank you for watching. We'll see you next week, same time, same station. Good night, everybody.
Happy birthday, Nikki.
Thank you.
Bye.